Okay. I believe we're live. We're supposed to be anyway. So I'm going to start off this live stream tonight. First of all, welcome everybody. Unfortunately, I'm going to be starting off with some pretty big news. It's going to maybe cause an earthquake or start a real thing here. I don't know, but I gotta come clean.
I'm on now. We can begin.
Okay.
Oh.
Hopefully we're going to get an audio check and it sound great, John. Thank you, Lisa.
Awesome.
The other
no, that's
Lisa.
Candy. Oh no, Lisa and Jay. Yeah.
Yep. So listen, folks. I just got to be honest with you. It's over. It's over. I don't know how else to say it. We have been live streaming on this channel since I think 2015, and almost all the whole time that we've been doing it has been Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. It was at 8 o'clock for a while, and then it switched to 9 o'clock for a while, and now it's back to 8. And the time is good and all of that. Our audience has been growing. We're getting more and more people in here each week. Today we have an amazing topic. Streaming is fun. It's good. But the time has come. And I'm just being honest. I'm being brutally honest. I just can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. It's just not something that I can do. We are, as of today, or as of tonight, officially, we are no longer going to be streaming on Thursday nights with these cameras.
You're so stupid.
We're not going to stop streaming, but I can't stand it. I can't stand these cameras, and I'm really upset. I'm really sad because I don't see anybody in the chat saying no. Everybody's like, well, whatever. We knew this was coming. But no, I love streaming. We look forward to this every single week. It's a lot of fun. But these cameras, I have had enough of these cameras. I can't take it anymore. And starting next week, I actually, 4 minutes before I clicked go live, I started searching for new webcams. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to have to order them and then tell you how much they cost. But I can't do it anymore with these cameras.
What's wrong with these?
They just look terrible. The lighting is terrible. You look like a ghost. We look like we're in two completely different rooms. It's terrible. I can't take it anymore. And that's what's going to happen. We're getting new cameras. If we don't have them by next week, it's going to be because something major happened, like Amazon blew up or something. I don't know. I mean, because that's going to be
I
where
don't know if I would say that.
I suppose it would be possible that I could go to Best Buy and pick some up. But if you're wondering, we use, what's the name of these? They are Logitech.
Logitech H.
Well, no, that's the HD 1080.
1080.
That's not the model number. I think it's a very common webcam that we use right now. We've recommended these webcams to people. They're good webcams, just not for us, not for our situation. There's a lot of light in this room. When I turn on the studio lighting, it's even worse. If you notice the Sunday videos that we've been doing the last 2 weeks, we've been doing the kind of interview style, if you want to call it podcast style videos. We've been doing that for a couple of weeks now. If you notice, the difference in the video quality between that and this is dramatic. And I can't tolerate that. I can't tolerate that anymore. We've been streaming for over 5 years.
Well, you.
With a little break in between. But we've been doing this for a long time. It's about time we really put some serious, money into the cameras. These microphones are expensive. Everything we have for streaming is expensive, and we're using some cheap webcams. So as of today, that stops now. We will start next week. Like I said, I already know what I'm going to get. And what I'm going to get will come in handy on our Sunday videos too, because we can have a couple more
and
angles.
Maybe these can actually go towards somebody else's channel. Maybe somebody else can live stream with them that has different lighting, and it may work better for them. You know, there are people out there that we know.
I love that idea.
That may benefit from these.
I love that idea. We can certainly do that. I have no problem. It would be somebody that's streaming now, and maybe they're using their camera's webcam or their computer's webcam or their laptop's webcam or something like that, and wants a real webcam. Yeah, we could absolutely do that. That'll be fun. So, I got to read what Jimmy said, because dang, I need to start a camera fund. I don't even have enough gear. Yeah, Jimmy doesn't have enough gear. Sure, I believe that too. Yeah, Jimmy, don't worry. I'm not gonna bug you. Like, what should I get? I know what I'm gonna get. I think. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was Canon M50s. I am a Canon guy. Jimmy is throwing up in his mouth right now. But 2 Canon M50s, I think, is probably what we'll end up doing, which is cool because, again, those are great little cameras, and we'll be able to use them for Sunday videos too. We'll be able to have like 5 angles. It'll be fun. So anyway, enough about the cameras. Next week, my hope is, and it is my mission now, that next week this stream looks completely different. I mean, it's going to be the same setup, but the quality will be a lot better. And so there we go. And I see a lot of super chats coming through. I will get to you. Don't worry. But we got to do what we actually planned on doing today, which is we got a couple of cool things here to talk about. And then we were not trolling you. Because I set up the stream. I was not trolling you. When I put in the title, they robbed the PetSmart or pet store at Knife Point. Although the thumbnail was a bit of a troll, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to talk about something that is sitting right next to me right now that no one has seen yet, except for me and you and CJ. That's it. But I'm going to show all of you right now
the fish
because
behind you that are looking at it.
Yeah, because I'm really excited about it. I'm going to turn the camera. Don't get motion sickness. I did it. Look what I did right there. I set up a 29-gallon tank yesterday. Yeah, with fish in it already. I know. I know what I'm doing here, folks. Don't give me a hard time. But that is decorated with 100% artificial plants and real wood. but the plants are plants that we sell on our website. The best thing about those plants is that they're green and they're guaranteed to never die. And if I would have thought of this earlier, I would have gotten the 2-liter bottle of Coke Zero out of the way before I showed you those. But really excited about that. And if you're wondering, I did it. I've been talking about it for a while now. I've been saying what I want to get, and I was finally able to do it.
Yes.
8 Congo Tetras are in there. They're smaller now, so they don't really have the really highlighted edge of their fins, and they're not really showing any color. But yeah, 8 Congo Tetras. Really excited about it, and it's funny because we went to one of our favorite stores yesterday to get them. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We thought about it kind of last minute, and it was like, let's go up to Nova Tropicals, which is a store that we love, and apparently they love us because they were just doting all over us the whole time we were in there, which is wonderful. But
they're really good people.
Super good people in there, and there were a couple of new faces in there yesterday that we had not seen before, including the gentleman that caught the fish for us, which was funny.
He was awesome. He
told a story which was funny that they've had those Congo Tetras in there for a while. And I'm somebody, I kind of like to do things that I don't see a lot of other people doing. I'm not trying to say I'm completely authentic and I've never done anything that people have already done. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you don't see a whole lot of Congo Tetras out there, and I absolutely love them. And so I was, pretty particular about getting those. I had seen them in that store before, so I messaged them yesterday. I said, hey, do you have any Congo Tetras? They said, yep. I said, all right, we're coming. We're going to get them. And the gentleman, he was kind of looking at me funny. I didn't catch his name, but the guy that caught these fish for us He thought it was funny because he said those Congo tetras had been in there for a while. This is not an overly, like, extraordinarily popular fish. When they get big and those fins develop with that white line around the edge of the fins, they are spectacular. But at smaller sizes, they just look like a fish. They're not all that impressive. And so they've been in there for a while, 2 different sizes, some bigger ones and some half the size ones. And the guy was like, we had those Congo tetras in several different tanks around the store, and for whatever reason, nobody wanted to buy them. And so yesterday morning, I decided I'm going to scoop them all up and I'm going to put them all into one tank because I'm just tired of it. They're spread out all over the place and nobody's buying them. I catch them all. I had to go around and catch all these little fish, and then I put them in this tank, and 20 minutes later, y'all walk in and buy 8 of them. It's like,
that's so funny.
I said, I don't know. That's interesting the way the world works, but I love them, and I cannot wait for them to.
You're already getting the comment about putting them in there and not quarantining them.
Somebody didn't say that. Somebody was just trolling. That's what it was. Somebody was trolling me, right?
Well, you know what? If you don't understand, then that I don't think it was a trolling thing at all.
Okay.
But I don't think maybe they understand why you did it that way. Because there's no other fish in there but the Congo tetras.
Why would I quarantine fish that are going into a tank by themselves? They are in quarantine.
Yeah,
you want to call them that?
Yeah.
That's their quarantine tank.
There you go.
I'm shocked we didn't get that with, maybe we have, and I just haven't seen it. I'm shocked we didn't get that with the yellow lab tank. Like, you didn't quarantine them? It's like,
I think you did in the video.
Why?
But that's okay. I mean,
listen, if somebody did say that in the chat today, I'm not yelling at you, but I'm just saying, why? Why quarantine fish in a brand new tank with no other fish in there? That's all.
and you know what? Maybe because you explain that, you may have taught somebody something they didn't know. So there you go.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. If you're asking that because you've seen a lot of YouTubers, and we definitely support the quarantining thing. Quarantining makes total sense to do that. If you've seen a lot of videos about quarantining and you see that and you're like, why wouldn't you quarantine? Well, if you're putting fish into a tank by themselves, you are quarantining them. If that was an established tank and there were, a bunch of something in there, tetras or whatever, other tetras, and I got those fish and I put them in there, it would absolutely 100% be a legitimate question. Why did you not quarantine those? And I would have to make up some kind of an excuse, but that's not the case there. It's a brand new tank. There's no reason to quarantine them.
Do you want to explain how you cycled it so quickly?
I didn't. It's not cycled.
Oh.
It's not. I'm going to cycle it with the fish in it, which I've done 1,000 times. Nothing to be alarmed about, folks.
See,
really
we do
is.
it differently. You and I, we do things differently because you have done that before and you've been successful. I've never seen you not be successful doing it the way you're doing it. But for me, I get all paranoid, so I always just put an old filter or sponge filter in the brand new tank and squeeze all the yucky stuff out in there and get all that beneficial bacteria going, and then put the fish in the same day. I've done that successfully. And
100 times you've done that, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, you and I do it a little differently. And you know what? That's okay because we do have tanks. We do have backup plans where someone that's brand new who just got their first aquarium, they've never kept a fish, may not be good advice.
It's very true, and I don't take the time to explain that in every single video that I do. And you're right, I am going to be doing a video talking about cycling that tank back there. But this one, I mean, what are we up to, like 700 videos now? It's hard every time we get fish to go through the exact same process every single time. Listen, cycling an aquarium is the most critical element of this hobby. It is where most fish keepers fail. I am well aware of that. I've spent the last 10 years educating people about that. But I know how to do this. I know how to do it. I've done it literally hundreds of times because of the tanks we had at the shop and we had in our garage and all of this kind of stuff. This is not something that's new to me. I'm going to keep a close eye on that tank, and I have really no choice. It's right next to me all day long, every single day. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that. I'm going to know exactly what's going on with that tank at all times, and I'm going to be able to react accordingly if something does break bad in there. So yeah, nothing to be alarmed about as far as not quarantining them, and nothing to be alarmed about as far as the cycle goes. We do have other tricks that we're going to employ with that, but it was kind of a last minute quick decision thing, and there you go. So not setting the best example, however, we know what we're doing.
Well, I wanted to make sure you explain that.
Well, and yeah, I'm glad you keep me in check. I'm glad about that. So, okay, let's talk about this thing real quick. I don't understand why people throw money at us so much. It's kind of crazy. But do you want me to go through these real quick, and then we'll, because
you don't have to, not real quick.
Let me do that,
Just
and then
do it.
And then we will get into the fun topic today, because it is fun, and it's a real thing, and I will read you the article. Jake Marshall with the $10 got him. I think that was my troll in the beginning. Thank you, Jake. I think I told her 30 seconds before we started streaming, I said, I'm going to have a little fun when I open up the stream tonight. Just play along with me.
I was like, uh-oh, what is it?
This is seriously the thing with the cameras. It was something that I decided 5 minutes before this stream started. So yeah, while it was fresh, I figured go with it. Furloughs Aquatics also commenting on that says, how dare you? Hashtag how dare you? Yeah, thank you. I had fun there. I can have fun every once in a while too. Matt or Apollo, $20 for the camera fund. Aww. Thanks so much for the great videos and live stream. Yeah, thank you.
I wonder what I could say I want to buy.
I mean, this is a business expense. So.
Well, I very rarely ask for anything, so it doesn't matter. I was just teasing.
Jill, and I'm terribly sorry. I'm not going to try your last name because it's very small, and I'm going to definitely botch it. And so I don't want to ruin that. Also contributing to the camera fund. Thank you. Eve Howard also contributing to. We should talk about buying cameras every week if it's going to be like this. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Jill. Christine, again, with the last name. She's trying to troll me now. Haven't said hi in a while, so hi.
Hey.
You've said that name like 4 different ways, so I just don't know what is the right way. D says, I like the earlier show time. It's midnight here, so I get to watch the stream live.
Wow,
Here's
thanks for staying up.
The camera fund, yeah. I don't know if we've had more viewers because of the earlier time or if it's been less. I don't know. It's going to take still people a little bit of time to get used to it. But
right.
But yeah, I definitely feel better because we get to go to bed at a more normal time on Thursday nights.
I feel like it's the same time.
It's true. It does take a while to wind down after these things. So yeah, but Justin Benedict got that beautiful orange super chat, $25 and nothing, no text.
Aww.
That wow, thank you for that. That's mind blown every single time that happens. Giga's Grimjaw. How many Severums in a 7-foot, 220-gallon tank with an Oscar? That's a lot of tank. He's doing that, or she, because I don't know with that name, just because it just knows. I remember when John got so mad, but people kept asking how many. Wow, in a 220, I would be very comfortable putting like a dozen of them in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's essentially the same size as that, 12.
Yeah.
I don't think that's outrageous. We've got 50 yellow labs in there. Yeah, I mean, I would feel comfortable saying 12 because Severums get about half the size of Oscars. I'm going to have 6 in there. Yeah, I was planning on putting 6 in the 240 too. So, no, I said that wrong because it sounded like I'm planning on getting rid of the yellow labs and putting another. No, that's not what I meant. When we were originally moving out here a year and a half ago, I was thinking of setting up my 240 gallon that's in my basement right now with 6 Oscars, but then that got turned into an African cichlid tank, and here we go. So Stephen P. 2003, what microphone are you using? I'm about to throw mine at a wall.
Oh, gosh.
Well, there's two different, we use a bunch of different microphones, actually. We've got some wireless lavalier microphones that we haven't used in a bit because we haven't had a need to. And then we have the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus that we use for our walk around, camera deal. These are the Shure SM7Bs. These are like studio microphones. They're very expensive. Michael Jackson Thriller was recorded. One of the best albums anybody's ever recorded in the history of recorded music was recorded not on this one, because that would make this one very special, but this particular type of microphone. But these are expensive. I mean, we make our living through YouTube. It makes sense for us to do that. Somebody just starting out, this is way, way, way overkill, and certainly not something that you need for your everyday edited, recorded videos. Yes, we've been doing that for the last few weeks, but anyway, the Rode Video Mic Go, which I have one right there, is a great option. You can get them at Best Buy for like $99. And then the Rode Video Micro is another really good option, and it's only like $60. It'll dramatically improve your sound, and you can even use it for streaming if you want to do that. So you can plug it into your cell phone. You can put it in anywhere. The Video Micro, you can hook up to your cell phone or whatever.
No wonder it's so cold in here. You have the window.
Yes, I do.
I'm freezing. I would have wore a jacket and my gloves and
John Wallace,
everything.
appreciate the content and sharing the knowledge. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you being here to watch us do that. That's very nice of you. Dimmadog, I'm sure I said that right. Would you recommend any Synodontis for beginners, specifically Synodontis eruptus? I'm not saying the word right because I'm all excited. Yeah, I don't know how to say that word. For my 75-gallon tanks, Synodontis cats are not difficult to keep. If you can keep your water harder, which most people, their water right out of the tap is going to suffice. As far as the hardness for it, you shouldn't have any problems. They are not a difficult fish to keep. If somebody was wanting to put them in their very first aquarium that they've ever set up, I don't know how I'd feel about that. But a 75-gallon, probably not somebody's first tank. So you've got enough experience. Synodontis should be completely fine. Mm-hmm. And I like those. And a couple of people have said I should put those in the yellow lab tank, but I'm not going to do that. I sure would like to put that vampire pleco in there, but some of those fish are kind of small, and I don't think he might make a meal out of them. Chase White, hey, I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to both of you. I own, okay, it meant to be I owe so much to you guys. Your videos have helped me out so much, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Lots of just praise today, which is never gets old hearing that. Thank you so much, Chase. Cichlid, just because you guys are awesome. Hashtag camera fund. You know what I did? I feel like Fishroom Fever pooped on us before the stream started, but for some reason it's not coming up there.
Oh.
And then he did it again here coming up. We're going to stop for now with Jimmy Gimbal because people are going to get really mad if I don't want to only do super chats. As much as I appreciate it, we will get to you, don't worry. But Jimmy Gimbal, for a red Monstro camera, only $54,495 to go. That's a $55,000 camera. Yeah, I won't be getting a red camera.
Yeah, we're just a YouTube channel in the fish community.
There's a lot of YouTube channels not in the fish community, but there are a lot of YouTube channels that are recording on red cameras that are $80,000.
They probably have a couple million subscribers.
I mean, Peter McKinnon, Marcus Brownlee, and there's probably others too that.
I put my foot down when it comes to that camera. I put my foot down.
I'd get that Ram TRX before I'd get that. I love making good looking videos, but I love the Ram TRX more. So as I said before, I was not trolling. I don't think I've let you speak at all. Did you want to, you have some things you wanted to talk about. Did you want to do that before or should we wait until after I do this thing? Because
Go ahead. It's fine.
This will only take a minute because there's really not a whole lot to read. From the great state, you know, when you think about a story like this, someone stealing fish at knife point. I'm not going to say any states, but I saw it in the chat. There was a couple of people, must be this particular state or something. Nope.
Wasn't it like right up the road from us?
From the great state of Virginia.
Yeah.
Fairfax City, in fact.
Exactly where I was born.
Yeah, I was also born. No, yes, I was born in Fairfax Hospital. I grew up about 20 minutes outside of Fairfax.
You win.
What?
Because you're older. You were born there first.
That's right.
Way back then.
I mean, I think they had just invented the wheel, but Fairfax City, Virginia, City of Fairfax police are asking the public's help in identifying 3 douchebags. That's not what it says. I just added that. Identifying 3 men who threatened an employee and stole a live fish from a city pet store, according to a police release. I'm reading this directly from the article, except the douchebag part. On February 2nd, around 4 p.m., 3 douchebags, men entered the PetSmart located at 9528 Main Street. Police say that the older, bald-headed man, thanks, threatened a store employee with a knife and stole a live fish.
Oh.
The 2 other men are described...
Versus a dead fish.
Right. He didn't go in there and threaten to steal the dead fish.
Yeah.
The 2 other men are described as being in their late teens or early 20s. We've got kids that age that are male, but it wasn't us, I promise. The thumbnail is the security camera footage of these 3 scumbags that went into PetSmart and stole a fish with a knife. Candy, Eric Furlow, anybody else that's in here that is a mod, I want anyone instantly banned that makes a joke about that being me in the thumbnail because it's just another bald-headed white guy. I want him immediately deleted and banned. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, no.
It's not me. But
Fish Tank Barn said, did they steal convicts?
oh, that's hilarious. It doesn't say, unfortunately, who it was, but
It just said it was a live
or what
fish.
kind of fish it was. Yeah. Anyone with information about this case or the identities of the 3 men is asked to contact Detective Kyle Bruce. I almost thought it said Kyle Bush of the Criminal Investigations Division by phone.
They're still at large?
Apparently, they're still on the run, these fish thieves.
Oh, I hope the fish made it to a fish tank.
And I'm sorry to tell you, that is the extent of the article. That's all the information that we have. I wish if they had said it was like some exotic, rare superfish, which would probably end up being something saltwater, then I would start to look at it and I'd kind of be like, all right. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I could see why maybe something like that would happen. But what do they have at PetSmart that's over? I don't think I've ever seen a fish at a PetSmart over like $20.
I think the saltwater is the pricier fish.
Yeah, but
there.
even those are, okay, yeah, some of them would be like $29, $30. You're going to go into a PetSmart and steal a live fish for $30? That's like going to steal a candy bar.
I don't know. Maybe they really, really wanted a fish and they just couldn't afford it. They should have covered that bald head, though.
You're trying to justify this. So listen, this is what happened, okay? Because first of all, it looks like a super old version of me. If you look, I put the link in the description of this stream, and you can click on it and you'll see this picture that I'm talking about. I suppose I could share my screen. Let me see. Let me see. I think I can do that. People are going to see what music I've been listening to. Now, if I click on this, okay, there you go. Oh, what? Come on. I hate the internet. Okay, there we go. I don't know how well you can see it, particularly if you're watching this on your phone, you probably can't see it all that well. But this is an older man, much older than me. So how dare you compare this person to me just because he's also bald-headed?
I can't tell.
He's wearing a members only jacket, which makes it look like this picture was taken in like 1984. But no, I do think that is an old man thing. This is a grandpa here, okay?
I don't know.
This
when
is
you
a
wear a
grandpa.
mask, you look very similar.
It looks like Russell Wilson walking behind him with another teenager. It looks like Russell Wilson walking with a little jar or something in his hand.
I can't tell.
But the poor lady that's in the background of that, she has no idea of the calamity that's about to happen, the nonsense that's about to happen in that store. It's just a shame that she had to be there to witness such a catastrophe. But so this is what happened here. You had Grandpa. He was a little bored, and he went to his grandsons and he was like, "All right, look, y'all. I'm on Social Security. I ain't got a lot of money. I need y'all's help. I need you to follow me into the fish store, and I need you to carry that little bowl that you have that you got your soup in. Bring that, because we're going to need it, because we're going to need somewhere to put this fish, because I'm going to go in there with my knife. And even though I'm 84 years old, I am going to terrify the staff in this store, and I am going to force them to give me a rummy-nosed tetra." Who knows? I don't know what he took, but what's there at PetSmart that you could steal? And look, it's going to be violent. I mean, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to have a knife on me. And if these people don't do what I say, there's going to be serious trouble. I am getting this fish whether you like it or not. So, y'all need to be prepared. You need to make sure you wear your skinny jeans. What?
I don't know.
You need to make sure you wear your skinny jeans. Dress up like Russell Wilson, so that when we get there, you can run fast if you need to. So don't wear those baggy pants. Make sure you have your skinny jeans on. Wear the white ones because they look nice and nobody will ever see you coming. And then once we get this fish, we're just going to get out of there. And we're going to bring it home and we're going to live happily ever after. We're going to have a nice new pet. But I'm going to need y'all's help to get me through this, because this is going to be hard. What?
Because he's probably saying, I'm going to shave my head. I'm going to put this mask on. I'm going to pretend to look like John from KG Tropical so that it could possibly be him, and we'll blame it on him.
Listen, I'm one of the older people in the fish tube community on YouTube. One of the older. I can think of a couple that are older than me, but I'm not going to say any names. I'm not as old as that guy.
I can't tell. When I look at this, you guys look the same age.
You are being so rude because I'm bald.
That's all I see.
That's
is
just
bald
that's just mean. You're
in
being
a
mean.
mask. I'm just telling you like it is. That looks like you. When I came in and I saw that today, I was like, oh. Of course, I knew you didn't do it because you were with me all day yesterday,
But you thought about it. You were like, he's got those super red plecos.
I was with you when you got those.
Oh, that's true.
Because I got fish, too.
I got 2 super red plecos yesterday, too. I didn't put them in that tank. Don't worry. Yeah. The things I could say to this, I could go the old man route and I could be like, look what example you're teaching to these young people, that it's perfectly okay to be 89 years old, and just because you don't have the money, you can just go in and take whatever you want, even if it's a live animal. I could go that route, but I'm not going to go there because this story is funny. And now listen.
Well, I don't think it's funny if we don't know what happened to the fish.
It's funny because it's an old man. That's an old man. You can say he looks like me all you want. That man is about 86 years old. Look at him. He's got the members only jacket. He bought that in 1982 when Miami Vice was on.
How do you know it's a members only jacket?
Because I can see. I have vision, and I can look at there, and I could see that is clearly a members only jacket.
You're making fun of me for not wearing my glasses?
Yes.
Because I can't see very well. But if I wear my glasses, then there's a glare, and I can't wear them while we're streaming. So to me, when I looked at that picture, it looked like you.
You're being so rude. You're being so mean. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to need to find a new co-host.
Wow.
The new cameras
Wow.
won't show that glare when we get the new cameras. They're going to be ordered tonight. But anyway, you made me lose my train of thought here. Listen, I'm not one of these people that when you see something on the news, you're like, if that was me, I'd have taken that guy and I'd have tackled him down to the floor and I'd have done this and I'd have done that. I spent 5 years as a police officer. I see all of those videos on TV, and I don't sit there and Monday morning quarterback and say, if that were me, I would have done this. I don't do that because of whatever. But this is an old man.
If you say so. But if it was me and I was working there and they tried to steal a fish,
you would not have let him get away with that.
Oh,
No.
I'd have been all over him. I'd have tackled all 3 of them down.
Listen,
Or got beat up. But I would have tried.
there are so many. Listen, a knife is scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through training to deal with people with knives, and it's terrifying. I get it. But he can barely walk. He's 87 years old. I mean, come on.
Well, he would have gone down first. That's for sure.
The girl at Petco yesterday, when I bought that 29-gallon tank, she could have taken that man easily. There's so many things at Petco when you think about in the fish section. There's lights. There's algae cleaning sticks that are 3 feet long. So many things you could have hit that geriatric person with. I'm not trying to be rude to people that are more senior. I'm just trying to be rude to that guy. So don't anybody be offended. There's so many things that you could have used as a weapon against that man, and you would have had every single reason to, because he's holding a knife. And like I said,
Oh, yeah.
if you see these videos on YouTube and all this and you say, well, that's just a knife, it's not. Knives are scary, and knives do lots and lots of damage.
I would have been cut
But
because I would have tried to save that fish. I would have been cut.
listen, I just got done telling you I don't sit there and say, if it were me, I would have done, but I'm going to do that right now. Okay. Because first of all, I think if I was there, I don't think he would have probably done it. I'm guessing it was probably a young person, a teenager, and that they were like, whatever, dude, take the fish. I don't care. I just want to go home and watch Justice League from the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. But if it had been me, I'm not going to sit here and play tough guy and say, I would have effed him up. I would have looked at the guy and I would have said, are you being serious? Like, is this really happening? Are you doing this? And I probably would have been so confused and so dumbfounded that an 89-year-old man has the balls to walk into a PetSmart and steal fish with a knife. I'd have just been like, put your knife away, carry on. I don't have time to deal with you.
No, you would have said, you would have been like, what size tank do you have?
Is it properly cycled? Did you put...
What are the parameters?
Did you need food? I mean, there's food too. The fish has got to eat. We can be funny about this, but I can imagine it was, like I said, probably a young person, and this was a traumatic thing for them, and we're sitting here making light of it. I'm just trying to have some fun. I've been in situations as a police officer that were scary. I mean, I've been there, and I've been in situations where not being a police officer, and they're scary situations. So I get it, and we can all say we would have done this, we would have done that, but I sincerely do believe that I would have been just like looking around. Who's filming this? This has got to be a joke. You're 94 years old. You're in here doing what? What are you doing? You're going to try to run out of the store and it's going to take you 25 minutes. What are you talking about here? You're going to put a knife on me? What? I would have probably laughed. And then I would have pulled out my knife and I'd have said, hey, let's have a go at it. No, I'm just joking. I'm just being silly, but it is a serious thing. And whoever this was, it's very possible that the person that was working that day could be watching this. There's 750 people watching right now. It's very possible because we're in the same state and everything. Whoever you are, I don't care if you're 6'9" and weigh 330 pounds. If that 89-year-old man walked in there and pulled that knife on you and said, I'm taking this fish, and you went, all right, go ahead, I don't blame you, because knives are scary. Oh. If you're 17 years old and you're just trying to make extra money, and it doesn't matter to me who it is. I don't blame you. It's not worth it. I mean, I love fish. I love them, and I will do what I got to do to help a fish, but I ain't going to come, I'm not going to put up with a knife. Hey, go ahead, stumble your way on out of the store. You can put your knife away. You don't need to do all of this. Just go. I'm going to call the police, and let's be real. They'll probably be here by the time you get to the door, because, you know, your little Russell Wilson looking grandson, he looks like he can cover a lot of ground in a short time, but you might want to get a head start now, because anyway, Fairfax City is very small. I'm sure the police were there really quick, and he probably wasn't even out to the car yet, but no, they said he is still at large. He has not been caught. Please.
And we were up there like the same day, well, the county below, and Nova Tropicals, or was it the next day? Was this the day before yesterday?
This happened on February 2nd.
Oh.
So it was quite some time ago. They were long gone by the time we were in.
Yeah. Well, where were you February 2nd? I can't recall.
The funny thing, and this is real, my UPS guy sent me that link to that. And he said, I saw this and I immediately thought of you because of he's a bald guy too. So he has a lot of nerve. He hasn't embraced it yet. He hasn't gotten the bick out yet, but he's going to be there real soon. And so he has a lot of nerve to make that joke about me. But, anyway, I thought it would be fun to talk about a very serious thing. This is a real thing. I mean, this happened, and it's unfortunate. And I feel bad for whoever it was, because, again, it was probably a young person. And that's something that they're going to be scarred with for the rest of their life. I can only imagine what people in the chat are saying about me right now. I'm just trying to have some fun with it. I'm not trying to make light of it. Whoever you are, what are the odds of the person that happened to watch this, but they're fish people, so they probably will, or they probably could. I do feel bad for you. And if you just put your hands up and said, go, old timer, get on out of here, I wouldn't have blamed you one bit, because as much as we love fish, they're not worth getting cut to the bone for. I just picture pulls out his little, what are those Swiss Army knives? I'm taking this fish. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway.
I'll pull out these little scissors I have in this Swiss Army knife, and I'll get you. Taking this fish whether you like it or not. It's time for you to talk about what you wanted to talk about before I continue digging the grave.
I have to pee. I have to go pee.
Well, that really just happened. Would you like me to take the camera off of you so that she's not going to pee like sitting in the chair? But so we'll just go with me here for a little bit. Go ahead. Yep, you're off camera. Don't trip, because that would be on camera and it would be embarrassing. Nobody's going to see you walking by. But so while we wait for her to get back, because she does have a couple of things that she wanted to talk about, things that we got in the mail, and something that she ordered from a very, very famous YouTuber, and she ordered those things without him knowing, and she's going to talk about those, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But I'll go through a couple of these real quick while we wait for her to get back. Sid the Fish Keeping Kid. How do you take care of fish when you travel? That is a very, very good question, and I'm so glad to get questions like that instead of how many questions. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than it doesn't need to be complicated. There's a couple of easy ways to do it, depending on how long you're going to be gone. If you're just going to be gone for a couple of days, the answer is nothing. Feed them before you leave. Feed them when you get back. They're going to be fine. I know it sounds cruel, and yeah, we want to feed our fish every single day, but believe me when I tell you they're going to be fine for a couple of days. A lot of the fish that we have in this hobby come from overseas, and I can tell you that the fish don't get fed for a long time before they're shipped, and then they're shipped, and they take however long to cross the ocean to get to the United States or wherever it is that you are. It takes a lot of time. Then they go to the pet store. A lot of pet stores, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's true. A lot of pet stores don't feed their fish. I mean, I'm not going to name names, but I've talked to fish store owners and I'm like, so what do you all do for feeding the fish? And they're like, they're in and out so fast, we don't even have to worry about it. So point is, the fish can go a long time without eating. So if you're just going to be gone for a few days, just let them do their thing. They're going to be fine. If you are going to be gone 7 days, 6, 7 days, the easiest way, most foolproof way, couple of strategies here. One would be have your cousin, your brother-in-law, your friend, whoever, have them come by about halfway. So if you leave on Monday, have them show up Thursday, and you're not going to be back till Sunday or whatever. Have them show up on Thursday, and don't leave the container of food and say, just give them some of that. No, pre-package the food that you're going to give, or you're going to have your person give to the fish. It's easy to do it in one of these. I have these, it's empty right now, but I have this for all of my pills because I'm such an old man. I take like 12 pills a day. That's for me. But you could easily, even if you had somebody come by every day, which I would not do, because if there is a problem, you're not going to be there to fix it and your friend isn't going to know what to do. But in the event that you have your friend come by more than once, you can just have it in these and say, whatever day it is, you open it up and you put that amount in there, and you can put the amount in there.
That would be for just one tank, though, not for all of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have 12 tanks,
that's a lot of containers.
Take 12 Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Put the food that you would normally feed to your fish in those bags. Tape the bag to the aquarium. Your friend or your mom or your cousin comes over, and whatever is taped to the tank, that's what you put in there. So they go to each tank, they open up that bag, they pour it in, the job is done. Everything's fine. You don't have anything to worry about. That's the best way to do it. Now, if you're talking about being gone months and months and months, I don't know what to tell you. This is not going to be good. If you're going to be gone for a very, very long time, then it might make sense. I know it sounds crazy, but to call one of those services that might come out and do something. I know that sounds nuts, but
yeah.
If you can afford to travel for months, you can afford to get one of those people. So, Delana Silva. Why did I say Delina? #1 fan with the $10 super pair chat dancing fan thing. Thank you, Delana. You're too kind to us.
Thank you.
You want to go with what you have there?
Yeah.
I prepared everybody already.
What?
I prepared everybody already that you got some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because I checked the post office box, so.
I'm going to put the camera on you, just you.
Oh, yay. So I got a couple things that came in the mail. And the first one that I wanted to share was this one. And it says, Dear John and Lisa, thank you for all you do. Can't wait to have one of you on the stream. Take care, Brienne. And Brienne sent us her stickers, the Fish Fam Brienne. So she's young. She's a middle school girl who is really into fish keeping, and she has her own channel. She's doing a really good thing, and I'm so super impressed with her because she knows her stuff. For being that young, she really knows her stuff, and it's awesome because her parents are involved and they're in the chat and they moderate and everything. But she's fun. So, and I did tell her I would go on her stream soon, so be looking for that. And then, oops, oh no, I dropped one. Then we got a card from Rack. I love this card. I have this picture downstairs He has some really good artwork, lots of good artwork. And, he's just telling us thank you for the support and everything. And Rack has a great channel too. If you haven't checked him out, you should. He has the Bird Garden, the YouTube channel. Great for cats. Cats love it. Love it a lot. And then I got some stickers. I've got all kinds of stickers this week and last week, but these are so cool because these are stickers of fish that I have. And these little beta stickers, they're so cute. And then I've got my discus stickers because I love discus. And then rummy nose because, well, we love rummy nose.
We do.
And then the emerald tetras. I love these fish. I had a bunch of them and, well, I lost them. But these stickers you can get from Aqua Pros. If you don't know who that is, then, well, you should know who that is. But Aqua Pros has a channel as well. And he sells all these really cool stickers. Like, I love these beta stickers. They're so cute. All of them are cute. And he's got a lot of different kind of stickers, too. Not just these. So, go check him out.
All right. I have to make an adjustment here because otherwise we're going to be on the wrong sides and people are going to freak out because it gets people all discombobulated. Fishy Biz, I don't know what's going on because I haven't seen anything pop up, but if you're getting timed out, you're probably breaking some rules. It could be the all caps because you're doing that, Drew. Come on now. But I don't know because I didn't see what's going on. So I don't know what's going on, Drew, but that's happening. I know I skipped a whole bunch, but I was just trying to address that because he is very upset that he got timed out. The system does that automatically on some situations. I don't anticipate you putting in like foul language and stuff like that. That will get you kicked out.
Not Fishy Biz.
Not Fishy Biz.
No, not at
And
all.
before anybody says anything, because Drew is the guy that would do it. No, I have not watched Zack Snyder's Justice League yet, and there's a very specific reason why.
I thought you said tomorrow it comes out.
No, it came out today, and it's been very hard to not watch it because I have a job and I have to work. I have to do.
I'm pretty sure Scott from King and Queen Cichlids took the day off just to watch it.
It would not surprise me, and you know what? I could have done that because you are so gracious, letting me have free days on Thursdays, which is amazing. But I got a lot taken care of today, and I'm glad that I had that time to do that. I did not watch it. My plan is tomorrow is obviously another work day, but I'm going to watch it tomorrow evening, and I'm probably going to watch it by myself. And
No, I'm going to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking.
Like, they don't have bingo anymore. It's not like I can just leave and go to bingo.
You do realize, though, we're talking about a 4-hour commitment because I ain't going to do none of this. I'm going to watch a little bit of it now. No.
Well, you
it's
only have
all
to stop
the way.
for me to go pee.
That's fine, but it's all the way through, all in one sitting. I'm absolutely going to do it. So please, don't anybody put any spoilers down there. It's too early. You can't do that. You can't put spoilers in until it's been at least like 2 weeks.
How could it even be a spoiler if it's just a remake of the same thing?
Because it's 85% new movie. It's not anything. I mean, there's little bits and pieces that are from the theatrical cut, but this is a whole different movie.
Oh my goodness.
I've watched the theatrical cut, I think 5 times. And people are going to call me crazy. I enjoyed it. I enjoy all superhero movies. I liked Green Lantern. I did. I mean, that it just is what it is. But no, I can't wait to watch that tomorrow. That's going to be loads of fun. You did not mention. Now, listen.
I'm going to get popcorn. It's on.
Mike from Aqua Pros is a friend. In fact, I talked to him yesterday. I talked to him again today. He did not send us those for free. You ordered those and you paid for those stickers.
Yeah, I did because I was like, I want this one and I want that one and I want that one. And I thought it was so cool because he had fish stickers that I had those fish. So I was like, that's cute. I love that.
When I was talking to him yesterday,
and they're really thick too. They're not like skinny. You know what I mean? They've got some.
I had totally spaced on you having ordered those. Like I that escaped me. that you had ordered those and paid for them like anybody else would. And so when I talked to him yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, Lisa got the stickers. They're really, really cool. And he's like, oh, okay. He didn't remember sending them. And I was like, yeah, you sent them a couple of weeks ago. What are you talking about? And he's like, I don't remember sending them to you. And it's because you ordered them, paid for them, and put it in your name. He didn't know your last name, I guess. Just like when he ordered from us, I didn't know it was him.
He doesn't know my name.
Well,
Lisa Conroy, just some random person.
He shouldn't feel bad because I didn't know his name either. I've known that guy for years, and I always thought his name was one thing, but it's not. It's something completely different.
Oh,
and so when he ordered, I had no clue that was him.
That's funny.
So yeah, we just did the same thing back to him. But he did say that he's got an Oscar one that he is going to send me, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, definitely be excited to get that because so let's go with the Q&A stuff now. We've got 35 minutes left. I've got a lot of super chats here, but you be on the lookout for good questions. This is what we do, so nobody yell at us for only super chats. No, we go back and forth, and that's how we do it. So we got to start off with Rose Johnson. Thank you. I followed everything that you guys said. Lisa said, figure out what fish you want first. I did that. No, I said that. She didn't say that. It was me. I cycled the tank. I did all the maintenance stuff. Water is so clear. Readings are stellar. That is the way to do it. And I'm not giving you a hard time. It really was me that said, make the decision on the fish first. That is critical because we used to own a fish store.
Yeah.
And people would come in and we sold all different kinds of fish. And people would come in and they'd be like, I'm so excited. I set up my tank and I've been working on it and I cycled it. It's all ready to go. And I'm so excited to come in and get new fish. And I'm like, yay, that's everybody's favorite thing. And then they start looking around and they're like, I would love these frontosas. These are amazing. Oh, okay, cool. Doing the responsible thing. What size aquarium do you have? Oh, it's a 15-gallon. Now this person has their heart set on that beautiful frontosa, which I agree is beautiful, and they can't get that. And now their heart's broken. And now they're starting off in this hobby already on a negative. Make the decision of what fish you want first. That way, when you do set up your first tank, you can set it up to accommodate that particular fish.
Like if you really see that cute little datnoid, you might want to think about getting a lot bigger tank.
Datnoids in fish stores are always that big.
They're so cute when they're little, but if you don't have a very, 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 very large tank, you need to pass that one up.
I don't know if datnoids are actually categorized as monster fish, but they should be.
Oh,
I mean, they get a lot bigger than Oscars do. So.
Well, I have one. It popped up. It's perfect, too. Tom Fishkeeper asked, where in Virginia can you get Hillstream loaches? Having a real hard time finding them here in Central VA. I saw some at Nova Tropicals yesterday because I almost
You saw
grabbed
Hillstreams? I didn't see them.
Yeah, they were in the tank next to the tank I got the endlers in.
Yeah, you didn't even mention that. You got a whole handful of endlers too.
I did. I got little teeny endlers. They're so adorable. I love them. I've never had endlers. And I was like, it's time to get some endlers.
Yeah, I can't, in Central VA, I don't even know. I mean, I know there's a couple of places in Virginia Beach that have good select. I mean, the jungle, I haven't been there, but you were there.
But the thing is, they asked if I knew, and I know because I saw yesterday. I don't know if other places have them or not.
And I don't really know any that are Central VA. The Jungle Aquatics is Virginia Beach. That's not Central VA, but neither is Nova Tropical. So yeah, it's hard for us to be able to tell you that.
It's Virginia. That's why I said it's Virginia.
You know what's fun? The hunt is fun.
Well,
I cheated yesterday and I messaged, do you have any, what are those fish again? Congo tetras. And I cheated. It would have been more fun to just go, but it would have been more fun to just go if the pet store was 15 minutes down the road.
Right.
We had to drive an hour and a half to get to Nova Tropical, so that really wasn't going to work out. But if you have them that are closer, which you've probably checked all of those already, just message fish stores. I find local mom and pop stores are usually pretty responsive when it comes to answering messages, emails,
Except
phone
House
calls.
of Tropicals.
House of Tropicals has not been good to me as far as answering emails or messages, but I love them, so that's okay.
I know.
They can do whatever they want. Isaac, it just jumped on me. I love YouTube so much. I mean, I really do. I love it so much, but I don't know what happened here. Why did this jump on me? I hate it. Wow, we're backed up. Isaac the Dragonborn sounds like a character from like the Hobbit series. In the next month or so, I'm setting up an all-female beta tank, beta betas. Just got to decide on the tank size. Ma'am?
Oh, wait. I was looking for...
Setting up a sorority.
Oh, okay. I always
like,
recommend a 20-gallon first, just because I know people that do it in 10s. That's not what I recommend. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but if you're asking me what I recommend, it's a 20-gallon. So.
Absolutely. Paul ZYCZ, $2. Well played, John. Kudos from Europe. I'm assuming that's from my little open there. Maybe it was my talk about the 89-year-old that held a knife to people in PetSmart. But thank you so much for that. And Fisher and Fever did come through with the weekly poop. Thank you, James, for that. We do have a lot of these, so let me just let me just do a couple more. T-Bones Fishes. My beta won't eat, and he just sits in the corner of the tank. Any idea or suggestions on the problem? Go.
Not eat. Probably stressed out for some reason. Maybe the water parameters aren't what they should be.
Water flow too hard?
Or that, or, maybe it's cold. Do you have a heater? Sometimes that can be a cause, but not eating, unless he's sick. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any other details as far as like, does he look sick? Does he have, anything else? If he's just sitting there, it might just be cold,
Beta betas are very moody, and they can definitely
always want to eat.
Yeah, and they can stress very easily.
Yeah.
So it could be that the fish is scared of something. There's too much going on outside the tank. It could be the water flow is too extreme, and so he's hiding in that one little corner that the water is kind of still in. Could be, like she said, too cold. Water parameters are off. There's a million things.
Believe it or not, pH can really throw a beta off too. Like if your pH is like too high, because some people, their pH naturally comes out high and they like it lower, more neutral. So pH can also affect that. I like to tell people to make sure you have some catappa leaves in there, because that does help with stress and it helps to prevent diseases and stuff like that.
Absolutely. A.M. Paulson, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure I am. If it weren't for you guys, I would just do beginner fish and never have my pea puffers or multis. Thanks.
Oh, cool.
That's very nice of you. I'm glad we were able to contribute. But you are looking at a room right now that's full of all beginner fish. Congo tetras, a giant beta, Severums and Oscars, and yellow labs.
I wouldn't recommend a 360-gallon tank to a beginner, though.
We're not talking about the tanks. We're talking about the fish.
Yeah, well, they got to have the right size tank for the fish. If they're beginning, they can't just start off with a 20-gallon.
You always got to follow the rules. Jeez.
Because you have to practice what you preach.
I know. I got them in a 360-gallon tank. Of course I'm practicing what I preach.
It's not a beginner fish.
Look, you've been mean to me all night, accusing me of robbing a PetSmart just because it was another bald guy. I've been so nice to you tonight.
Okay.
Giga's Grim Jaw. That's a cool name. Thank you. I think that's what that means. I was hoping at least 8. Gonna see about some blue Acara as well. Y'all have a good night. I think that was going back to that Severums question. 8's great, and he's probably long gone by now, but 8 Severums in a 220 or 240 or whatever that was, that's gonna be a beautiful tank. They're not monstrously fast growers like Oscars are, but look at them. Oops, other side. Look at them. I mean, Come on, arm. Look at those fish right there. Give me a break. Look at those things. Yep, they're posing for you now. Look at that. And then there's that guy. Anyway, go ahead. You don't have one?
Oh, wait, I do. Janavi M, I've seen your question a few times, so I definitely want to answer it. Should I get the Whisper IQ or a sponge filter for my 10-gallon beta tank? And I will go with a sponge filter if I had to choose. So,
With tanks that size, you can absolutely never go wrong with a sponge filter.
yeah, that's why I said it.
Yep.
I already know.
I know, but I'm just agreeing with you is all.
Good.
See, I'm being nice to you, unlike the way you're being to me tonight. Othi is, I think, how you say that, became a new member. Welcome to the team. Exciting to have you. Blind in Shadow super chatted $20, and that's it. Just here you go. Here's money. Just take money. Thank you so much for that, Blind in Shadow. That's very nice. I it just amazes me that people do that, and I'm very, very appreciative. It's crazy. Mr. Mott, get you them cameras. Yeah. What?
I had one.
Okay, well, you can do it. You can go ahead. I just don't want to be too far behind. So, yeah, I'm going to get those cameras. I'm telling you, they're going to be here for next week. It's going to look completely different. Go ahead.
Okay. Lisa J asked, I have a floating log, but it's not floating. Do you have suggestions? You know what that sounds like? Because I have floating logs too. There might be a hole in it somewhere, and it's causing the water to get in it and sink. It could have a crack. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Take it out and then like shake it and see if you can hear water inside of it or something.
Yeah, those logs are a hollow shell. That's how they float. And if there's even a small pinhole in it that's allowing water to come in, yeah, that would be your problem. Easy solution if it's something small, just some super glue. Or if you have silicone, super glue will dry faster. And yes, super glue is safe to put in your aquarium. And super glue dries really, really fast. If you get the gel kind where it's kind of thick, it'll fill that little void, and you'll be good to go. Easy.
Ralph Johnson asked, how's your Hans Discus doing? They're doing wonderful.
Perfectly splendid.
Perfectly splendid.
Trivia question. What movie? No, not one movie. What show did that come from? First one to guess it is a really cool person. Othi. I think it's cooler to say Othi. With the $5 get gup? Get good? Get, I don't know what that says. Get good. G-U-D. It's not something that the person typed. It's a little emoji. Get good. I guess that's what it says. Cool. I like it. And then Christine, again, just for being a Canon user. I'm one of those smart Canon people. I like Canons. Sonys are too expensive. And Reds, come on. I mean, really. You can buy a house for what you could buy a Red. And I'm not making major motion pictures. Red would be a bit overkill. My R6 is overkill for YouTube. So, anyway. If you have one, go right ahead. If not,
go ahead.
Melissa Jeswald.
Ooh, someone said Bly Manor.
There you go. Well done.
Cirque? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great show. She didn't like it.
No, I did like it. I just stopped watching it.
Very confusing. It was almost like what's that guy's name? Christopher Nolan. It was like a Christopher Nolan movie. It was very confusing, but once you figure it all out, very, very good, very entertaining. The first season was very easy to understand, but then Bly Manor was like, but I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Melissa Jeswald, I just tossed all my filters and replaced them with top fins. Cheap and they work. So sick of fussy filters. Got a $5 coupon and bought 2 Dumbo guppies. So cute. Yeah. Hey, there is nothing wrong with spending less, and top fins have been around for a very long time. Is that the one? Is that the brand that they make just for Walmart? But it's not. Anyway, who cares? That company has been around for a long time, and you know their products work. Are they going to be as good as the Fluvels and all of that kind of stuff? Maybe not, but you know what? I know you've had bad luck with some big brand names, and so sometimes it's better to just throw a little teeny bit of money at something and get it going, and everything's good. then you don't have to worry anymore. Lamont Adams became a new member. Welcome to the team. If you want to jump in, you jump in.
Kale Galloway said, I found baby fish in my aquarium, but I only see them twice. I'm scared to move my decorations to find them. Should I leave it alone or look for them? You know, it's kind of one of those things where if you want to take the risk of doing that and the other fish eat them, you know, because you move the decorations around, you might not be able to catch them before the other fish get to them first. You know, maybe have a plan going, you know, try to, depending on what size tank you have and how much stuff you have in your tank, maybe take out the other fish and then move the decorations around and then get the babies out. And then, you know, maybe that'll be better. That way the other fish aren't like going after them and making them snacks when you move the decorations.
Absolutely. If they're in a safe hiding spot, it's better to leave them in the safe hiding spot.
Yeah, because they might be able to grow up and survive. Look at Dude. Dude survived.
Dude. Oh, and I did find out, it was confirmed that Dude was a throw-in. They were aware that Dude was there, and he threw Dude in there for us as an extra little bonus, which is
so
very cool.
Cute. I love him.
Regina Phalange. Have we determined that it is pronounced phalanges yet? Because I just love that name.
I think it is. I've heard Bob say that.
I've heard a lot of people say it, but I don't know that that's right, though. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of weird things. Holy smokes, Jimmy just threw it down for the camera fund. Yeah, Jimmy's throwing out the big numbers, and they are scary. Jimmy probably fantasizes about that red camera, but not this guy, because I live in reality. Fish Tank Bard, oh, you already did it. Did they steal convicts? I would have loved to have known what it was that they stole. And then Paul says there was a koi sold for $1.8 million. And that's very true. I've heard a lot of stories about super expensive fish, but not at Petco or PetSmart. I've never heard of a $1.8 million fish being at a PetSmart. That would probably be a first. And you know what? If it was a $1.8 million koi that was stolen at knife point at PetSmart, I would be like, okay, I get it. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to cheer for the guy, but that makes more sense. But if it's a cherry barb, a rosy barb, that doesn't really make sense to put somebody's life in jeopardy for that. So.
Ames Nature Water Drop Aquatics asked, who is Dude?
Oh.
He's just this really cool guy.
Dude is behind Marie. I don't know where he is because he's really hard to find. We got that batch of 50, which they said it's 60. I still think it's 50. We got this batch of yellow labs that you see behind Marie there. And when I unboxed them, I found a itty bitty teeny weeny little baby in there that's about a quarter of the size of all of the other fish. And I immediately yelled to Lisa and said, hey, get in here. Look at this. And she came in and she said, that looks like a dude. And so
no,
that
I said, I'm going to name him Dude.
So his name is Dude.
He's a random little dude.
He's a little teeny yellow lab that's in there swimming amongst all of the big boys. And they're not big boys, but they're bigger. And I can't see him. I don't know where he is, but he's little and he's in there and he's adorable.
Okay, so I have one, but before I read it, I'm telling you, you are not going to get way off topic, and I'm answering first.
Wow. She just dropped the hammer.
Yeah, I just said that.
Okay.
Matt Reed, KG Tropics, shoot. Let me reread that and,
Professional.
Yeah, let me be a little bit more. I have education, I promise. At KG Tropics, John and Lisa, favorite superhero. Wonder Woman for me. I love Wonder Woman.
Come on. That is so of course she said Wonder Woman. I mean, come on.
I grew up with Wonder Woman. I mean, the original Wonder Woman, not the new Wonder Woman. So, yeah, it's
Spoiler alert, she makes an appearance in Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, well, anyways. And I know a lot of people didn't like Wonder Woman 1984, but guess what? I did. I liked it. I like all Wonder Woman stuff, so.
I was a Superman guy almost my entire life. And I still am a Superman guy. Christopher Reeve had a major impact on me as a child. As he did most children my age, most people that are my age when they were children. Christopher Reeve was a god to me. And so for most of my life, I would say Superman.
Okay, Superman. Next.
But stop it. But then it became, probably for the last 5 years, no, longer than that. It was The Flash forever. And tomorrow, it might be The Flash again. But after the theatrical release of Justice League, it wasn't Flash anymore because I think they did him wrong. No disrespect to Ezra Miller. He did a good job. But I think they did him dirty in that movie. They made him comic relief, which I think was criminal. So right now, I would say Deadpool.
Okay.
There you
Next.
go. It's been Deadpool pretty much ever since Deadpool came out.
See, that's why I had to set the rules
I could go all
down.
night.
I had to set the rules before I answered that question.
I could go all night because I'd be like, well, there was that Captain America phase, and then there was the Spider-Man phase. I go all over the place. I love them all. But yeah, if I had to pick one right now, it would be Deadpool.
Wonder Woman. I don't even have a second choice because I'm loyal. It is Wonder Woman, and it will always be Wonder Woman.
There's plenty of very good female superheroes. Wonder Woman's amazing. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, Gold Turtlefish. That is an interesting name. Became a member. Welcome to the team. Fish Tank Barn. APB, some bald guy with a Bubbles t-shirt. How dare you, Mike? You've got one of those shirts too, don't you? But you're not bald, but yeah. They're looking for bald guys that are interested in fish. That's why I've been staying in the house this whole time because they're just right up the road. I mean, they could be driving up in my driveway right now. Gold Turtlefish again, putting 10 Glowfish Tetras in a 75-gallon. Don't even say it, John. LOL. Anyways, which would be best with them? 6 albino Corys or 6 albino bristlenose plecos?
Oh, probably Corey's.
The Corys,
Wait, what
Corys will
size
be more
tank?
fun. I love bristlenose.
Oh, I do
It's a
too.
75.
Oh,
I love bristlenose. They're super cool. But I think the Corys will be more fun.
yeah.
So yeah, I would go with the Corys. And I ain't got nothing against you putting those Glowfish Tetras in there. I think they're really, really cool. Riley Nowinski, do mollies and shrimp go together well? I don't know that I've ever seen them combined.
I've never kept them together.
And
You
I-
almost got Molly's yesterday.
I considered it, but
and I said no.
yeah, the water parameters are so different for mollies and shrimp. Maybe that's why I've never seen them. I'm not going to tell you that they are okay. I'm not going to do it because mollies like harder water. I don't think so. I don't think they do. But I could absolutely be wrong. There's a whole lot more people out there that are much more educated on shrimp than I am. But yes, I almost bought, she wouldn't let me do it, Dalmatian mollies instead of the...
I had really bad luck with mollies that time. Remember the Dalmatian mollies I got?
I don't remember that.
It was a long
I don't remember that.
time ago.
KM Aquatics, thanks for being you with the Maraca pair, which is adorable. Thank you so much for that, KM. Carrie Habercorn. That's not a knife. This is a knife. What a classic line. That one line made Paul Hogan a multimillionaire.
What is that from?
You're
What?
fired. How dare you?
I don't watch a lot of TV.
It's not TV, it's movies. Only the best movie that's ever been made.
I don't know.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh.
Not the best movie that's ever been made, but a great movie. I
Yeah,
loved
it's
that.
been
I
a
saw that movie in the
long
movie
time
theaters.
ago. Jeez.
Loved that movie.
Well, I saw E.T. in the movie theater.
I saw it twice in the movie theater, once with my mom and once with my dad. No, they were together. They just couldn't go at the same time, and I went with them both times.
Wow.
Saw it twice.
Good for you.
Carrie Habercorn, I say the name different every time. And put it in again with a crazy laughing pear, which is adorable, and I've never seen that one. That is very cute. Then Justin Richardson came in with it looks like a handlebar mustache. That's cute. Another one I've never seen. I've seen the poop ones a lot, but I have not seen the handlebar. It's not really handlebar, just a very full, voluptuous mustache. Maybe the mustache is a theatrical release of Justice League little troll there, or Easter egg, if you will. And if that's what it is, that's really funny, because that was disastrous. That mustache caused so many problems. I think so many of the people that did not like that theatrical release would have liked it more if his face just wasn't so deformed. Anyway.
So the Zen Ginger said, I had to take baby mollies out of my shrimp tank because at 1/3 adult size, they were picking off all the baby shrimp. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Monday O'Reilly, I work at a big box pet store, and I can't imagine how scary that must have been for the workers. Most of my coworkers aren't even 20 yet. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And the thing is, if you work, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, but if you work at like a gas station, or if you work at a bank, or just a convenience store, you hear stories all the time about the convenience store got robbed, the 7-Eleven got robbed, the gas station. That's the last place you would expect something like that to happen, would be at the pet store.
Yeah, really.
So I'm sure no one was prepared for that. No one had any clue what to do. And my hope is they just said, hey, take whatever fish you want. I ain't messing with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was terrifying. And then Fishy Biz complaining about the being put in timeout. I didn't do it, Drew. You see my hands. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think the system did it to you, because I don't know why, but I think the system did it. And I'm still behind here, so I got to I got to keep going. Karen, hi. That's another one I mess up all the time, with the black cat emoji. Very cute. Getting a lot of those tonight.
Cute.
Fishy Biz again. I think Zen Ginger told me what's going on. I think I got it. Okay. Well, there you go. Oh. Thank you, Zen. George Denho. Hey guys, how long should I quarantine neons for? That's a very good question, because if you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 different answers. My answer would be, if you are an experienced fish keeper and you can look at fish and you can tell if they're a little off or if they're perfectly fine, I think a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, you'd be okay. This beautiful woman sitting across the table from me would tell you 6 weeks, wouldn't you? I know people that do 6 months.
I mean, if they're going to go in a tank with fish you've had for a long time that you love and care about, yeah, I'm going to quarantine them. Like my rummy nose, I think I quarantined them for almost 3 months before I stuck them in with the discus.
I mean, when you're putting them in a tank that has, if you were to buy them at the size they are now, probably $4,000 worth of discus in there. Money doesn't really matter, but you know, that's not what she paid for, or what I paid for them for her birthday, by the way. Money shouldn't matter, but yeah, if you do care about them, there's really no...
I made a huge mistake with not quarantining those
Cory cats.
Corys that time, and I haven't bought a Cory since. It's like I almost blame them all now because I lost all my purple emperor tetras. I lost
a
bunch of betas from in my sorority, putting them in there. And I knew it was the Corys because I had stuck them in both tanks. And I think I did quarantine them though, but it was for such a short amount of time that I thought they were okay, but it wasn't as long as I normally quarantine. Like, I think it was ridiculous, like maybe 1 week. And then I split them up and I put them in both of the tanks. And
the thing is,
worst thing I ever did.
You should be able to look at them and tell if they're behaving properly. They're swimming around, no problem. They're not all bloated. They're not breathing heavy. Their color is right. They're eating perfectly. Then you feel safe. But even in that situation, like you had, you can still feel like everything is good, and then you put them in there and everything is not good.
I haven't bought one since. I don't know.
I wanted to get them yesterday, and you wouldn't let
I'm
me get them.
so
You were like,
leery
ew,
about
Corey's.
Yeah, I was like, no.
But he's talking about neons here anyway. So, yeah, neons, give them a couple of weeks and you should be fine. But, if you really want to play it safe, put them in there for a month. It's not a quarantine tank anymore. It's their permanent home for the next month. That's no big deal. David Warner, I'm going to say Warner, I decided to, I think it's buy Cardinal Tetras in my 40-gallon beta sorority. Will these fish coexist and could recommend a bottom feeder? Love the channel. We just got done talking about Cory cats. Snails, bristlenose.
I have, bristlenose. Yeah, I've got a bristlenose.
Perfectly fine.
Snails, mono shrimp. Yeah.
Yep, but she will not tell you Cory's, and it's not because Cory's are not good. It's because
I just had a bad situation.
she had a bad thing
That's
happen with them.
all.
But Cory cats are amazing little fish, and I wanted to buy some of them yesterday, but she wouldn't let me.
Nope.
And yeah, they should be fine. Cardinals with betas should be fine. It should be. Should be. But you never know.
Like a bunch of them, not just like 2 or 3. Get depending on what size tank you have, I would get I don't know, if you have 20 gallon, get a dozen.
Plus, I mean, that's a pretty sight. A dozen Cardinal Tetras is a beautiful thing. We've only got 4 minutes left. Good grief. Henry Chavez, hello. My frozen bloodworms thawed completely during a long commute. Are they still suitable to refreeze and give to my fish? I do not think so. In fact,
like completely thawed to where they're completely mushy, or just maybe just a teeny bit where,
it's like a Slurpee of worms in the little
still
packets.
cold.
Yeah, then they would be fine. But if they've thawed out, like they're hot, they're warm, and it's just all gooey in there, if you were to cut that open, I guarantee you it would reek. And then I would definitely not do it. But if it's like a little bloodworm Slurpee in there, then you should be able to refreeze them and they'll be fine. But
and fun fact, don't thaw the bloodworms out in a pack thinking it would be easier to pop it out. I did that, not really using my brain. Shut up. Man, those things stunk and they stuck all over my fingers. It was the nastiest thing. I was like, I can't believe I did that. That was so stupid.
If you are going to do that, be smarter than her and cut that open with a knife.
Yeah, I couldn't
cut a little X and then it'll slide right out.
I didn't even think about that. And they were like, they went everywhere and it's disgusting.
40 and fish, I think I'm saying that right. I hope so. Your intro terrified me tonight. Glad it was a joke. One question. Have you all done summer tubs? If so, what fish did you use or recommend?
We have not.
Got tubs. We did not do anything with them yet. She was supposed to, but she didn't.
They're filled with water, though, from the rain.
Yeah, they're completely full. We're hoping to do something with them this year, just for fun. Probably throw something like white clouds or something like that in there. I absolutely love white clouds. So maybe we'll throw a couple dozen of them in there or something. We've got 150 gallon and 100 gallon. And we might even throw some betas in there. Who knows? Somebody became a new member, and it's KG Cichlids. He just re-upped. And it's weird because it's green with the blue because he's a mod. You can barely see his
He said
name.
he just got his stimulus check, so he could afford it.
Nice. Paul, again, did you hear about Singapore? No water changes method. A lot of gravel, bacteria shots, CO2.
Huh?
No, I didn't. No water changes methods. I mean, if you're talking about the natural tanks that people don't do water changes in and stuff like that, yeah, I've heard about that a million times. I didn't know that was a Singapore thing, though. Yeah, that's new to me. I don't know. Not quite sure what you're talking about there. Orlando Pokey, how many bottom dwellers is max? 60 gallon. I hate the how many question. 60 gallon tank, 1 2-inch Royal Pleco, 2 bristle nose. Want to add 2 dojo loaches. Would that be okay? 75 title and a sponge. I like that. First of all, the Royal Pleco is going to get really, really big. A lot of people don't know how big they get. They get not as big as common Plecos, but they get really big.
So just
and
send
could be
it
a
to
threat.
John. Just send it to John.
I could put them in there. Could be a threat to some of those smaller fish, but a 2-inch Royal Pleco, they're slow growers. It's going to take them a long time. You want to add more? You've got a Royal Pleco, 2 bristlenose, 2 loaches. Would that be okay? Yeah. I thought you were saying, did you want to add more? No, that should be fine. I do worry about that Royal Pleco.
Yeah.
They're really, really nice looking. They don't move much, but they get a lot bigger than a lot of people think. 60 gallon, you're kind of pushing it with them. With the loaches and the bristlenose, you're good to go. The Royal might outgrow that tank. That would be the only concern that I would have. Royal Plecos are really cool though. I shipped one 12 inches and it made it, which was amazing. But that was like 9 years ago. Drogaran Zal, I'm probably botching that name, became a new member. Welcome to the team. JBF, $20. Have you mixed Africans and American cichlids? Thanks for what you do.
We have not, but we know somebody that has.
Personally, we have not done that, but I've known several people that have, and they've been fine with it. Don't fall for their water parameters are so different. No, they're not. They were born in the same water. If they were bred in farms, they were bred in the same water as the Africans were. So the water parameters aren't as big of an issue. The issue that you do have is the size difference in a lot of those. A lot of your South American cichlids are going to get giant, and a lot of your Africans are not, depending on what you're dealing with. So would I tell you to do it? No. But have I seen it done successfully? Yes. Xanadu Do with the 99-cent poop emoji. Thank you so much for that. SH, can a pea puffer live in a 5-gallon? I've never had one, but you have looked into those more than me. 5 gallons?
I've never had a pea puffer.
I know, but we had them at the shop.
Yeah, but
no, we had the figure 8s. We didn't have the pea puffers.
And they were so adorable.
They stay really, really small, but I don't know that a 5-gallon would be suitable for them.
I've heard people say 10, but the 5, I don't know. I feel like it's an easy question and we should know it, but
wow, the Wizards won tonight. Yeah,
you can't go wrong with a 10.
It's true. I'm not afraid to say I don't know. And unfortunately, SH, I am so sorry because you have the initials of my brother. I don't know.
Somebody in chat, help him out.
Yeah, somebody in the chat, help him out. Because we got to get these things done here. Strange says, new cameras fun. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I think we can buy the cameras now just from these super chats.
Somebody said 1 pea puffer per 3 gallons. Thank you, Trish.
There you go. See, that's why the chat is a beautiful place.
Yes.
Douglas Kirkman, Bolivian ram, a good fit for a heavily planted 75-gallon community tank? Absolutely, yes, and I love Bolivian rams. They're amazing.
Oh, no. Now Matt Reed said pea puffer needs 10 gallons.
Oh. We
it's
have
a debate.
Controversy brewing.
Yikes.
Hey, you know what? Always play it safe, go bigger. That's what she said. Timbo, tanking it easy. I like that name. What is your process with disinfecting equipment? We talked about that earlier. We have not been in the practice of doing anything extreme like
we
bleaching
just throw it in
and
a
stuff
dishwasher.
like that. If it comes to you're breaking down a tank and you're going to shut it down for a while, bleach is great to use for that. Rinse it out really, really good. Let it completely dry out, and you're going to let it sit for quite some time. Perfectly fine doing that. If it's, I want to disinfect the tank and start over again, bleach can be a little bit risky, but it certainly can be done. I mean, there's bleach in your tap water. Just be real careful with it. Dilute it a lot, and that'll certainly do all of the disinfecting that you need. But just really rinse it all out really, really good before you start things back up again. And certainly don't put fish back in it right away. Jeff H. setting up a 20-gallon for Lisa's beta.
Oh.
10 to 15 tetras, question marks?
Oh.
Tetras
nice.
in the tank first, then beta,
Good
or
choice.
vice versa.
That way. I would say tetras first because let them get established. You stick the beta in there first. You might be a jerk, her or he, could be a jerk and decide to bully the other ones. I mean, it could happen anyways, but if the other fish are in there first and they're the ones in charge, that beta's going to get put in there and be like, oh, I better listen to them, you know. That's the logic I like to use.
Absolutely. Blinding Shadow, and this one confuses me a little bit. It's too bad we can't build aquariumscapes for heroes. Now, I instantly want to think he's talking about doing charity work for our heroes, like the military and stuff. But I don't think that's what he means. I think he means for our superheroes that we love.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you this. I almost did it. It's not superhero, but it's along those same lines, same nerd culture. I almost bought an AT-AT last night to put in that tank.
Oh.
My entire life, ever since Empire Strikes Back came out,
I saw that.
I've always called them AT-ATs. I've always called them AT-ATs my entire life. But I understand that in front of 700 people, if you say AT-AT, people will make fun of you. They say, no, it's AT-AT. They had one made for aquariums. And they had a Millennium Falcon too. But the AT-AT, the AT-AT, I almost bought that thing. But I agree. I think there should be a Deadpool-themed tank or a Wonder Woman or an Aquaman. I mean, come on. We should be able to do superhero-themed. And you know what? Blind and Shadow, maybe I'll do it just to be that guy. Maybe you'll come in and see my tank one day and there'll be a big old Deadpool head in there or something. That'd be fun. And not the mask. I mean, like the Wade Wilson burnt up face. That'd be fun. Anyway, we're 6 minutes over. It is 9:36.
Are you done?
Most fun I've had on a stream in a long time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
I
fun.
love making fun of bald guys for stealing fish.
She does, trust me. I get it all day long. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with us. It was fun to kind of troll you there in the beginning. We're not going anywhere. We're just going to have a better setup. It better be better next week. But yeah, thank you so much. And take it away, ma'am.
Oh, okie dokie. Wow, it's crazy. An hour and a half has already gone by. It blew by.
Well, you know, you took a 25-minute break to go to the bathroom.
I literally took a 2-minute pee break. So there. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun. It's been a great night. But I believe Fish Room Fever is streaming. Candy just put the link in, so go check him out and see what he's doing, especially if you want to keep talking about fish. But have a wonderful night. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Thursday.
With better cameras.
With better cameras.